Hey friends, I'm here to bring you another bestseller from name brand wigs. This is Winner by Raquel Welch in the color, what is the color? Glazed Mahogany R9S. If you want to know more about Winner, this is a short, sassy wig that's actually at a really great price point right now with my 30% off coupon code, which I'll make sure is in the description below. You can get this one for about $104. A short wig like this is going to last you years, so you're really going to get your money's worth. So if you can wear short wigs, or you're curious about this one or the color, because I will cover the color toward the end and we will get outside with this color, then stick around. We'll talk all about it all. I would like to thank Name Brand Wigs for sending me Winner so I could show her to all of you. Again, if you are only here for color, look in the description box below. I do timestamp the major sections of my wig reviews, so you can just skip straight ahead to the color segment. Because I know sometimes we're out there looking for as many videos on a particular color as we can find to try to pick the right one for us. So I do try to cover it all in one video so that you can find something that will help you. Name Brand Wigs is a wonderful online retailer. They did send me this one. I'm so grateful to them. They're wonderful. And I love the fact that they're sending me a bunch of their best sellers, because I do love showing you guys not just new styles, but tried and true styles that people love. And Winner is one of those. I will put some details in the description and that coupon code so you can save 30% at Name Brand Wigs. It works on all Raquel Welch wigs, many of the brands. So even if this one isn't for you, that coupon code may help you in the future. Let's take a look at this one from all sides. You know, when I first started wearing wigs, I could not wear short wigs. I desperately wanted to, because I would watch reviews and some women look so good in short hair, and I wanted that for myself so much. And I did try a bunch of short wigs and they just didn't work for me. One of the things that I discovered was that we need to desensitize ourselves to seeing ourselves differently. And so the more I tried short wigs, the more I would wear them around the house. The more used to it my eyes and my brain got, and I started to really like them. In addition, I love wearing headbands with short wigs. I'm just going to start this review off with a tip, because you may be new to wig wearing and maybe you don't know what's going to work for you. And you see a review like this and you love what you see and you want to try it, but then you get it and you're disappointed because it just doesn't look on you like maybe it looked on me or another wig reviewer. And you can't return it for whatever reason. Let's say you bought it on clearance. Let's say you just held it too long and you're past the return period. Consider styling your wigs with accessories. Headbands, these type of headbands in particular, are so perfect because they work great with wigs. They don't squeeze your head. And I have probably 15 headbands like this. And they really break up that style. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, maybe it's just too much hair because you've lost your hair or you've been losing it for a long time. Every wig looks wiggy on you because it has too much hair. This will really tame that down. It will break it up to the eye and it won't look as odd to you. This was one of the ways I got used to wearing short wigs, and now it's one of my favorite ways of styling them and kind of just giving it a different look. Now, this wig is very, very short. We have a nape of 1 3/4 inches. So let's look back there at that nape down here. That's this right here. I always say if it's 2 inches or shorter, then you really need to be aware of your hairline in the back and how long of a nape you need to get good coverage. If you're going to buy a wig that matches your bio hair for the most part, this isn't as big of a deal. Because if you get a little bit of visible bio hair, sometimes where that's really a problem for some people is right here. And on short wigs, the transition over here can sometimes go in a ways. If your bio hair blends, then you don't have to worry about it because it will be natural and it won't be visible. But if you're going to buy a color that's completely different than your bio hair, then you really want to be aware of that. Now, I buzz my hair, and I have a whole series of buzzing videos where I first broach the topic of thinking about it all the way through doing it for the first time, and then updates on the pros and cons. But let's say you're not there yet, but you never wear your bio hair out. One thing you could do, pull all your bio hair up, and then if any part of your hairline right here shows, you can take a clippers and just get rid of that hair right here. That way you can wear styles like this, but you don't have to worry about not being ready to buzz all of your hair off. And quite honestly, if you ever decide to wear your hair out, it will be covered. That little area will be covered and you won't have to worry about it. This is just a tip for my new wig wearers who just aren't sure how to make this work. That's one that I discovered that worked flawless for me up until I decided to buzz my hair. So the front of this one is 2 3/4 inches. Now, I don't always talk about measurements in my videos because I feel like you can go see those for yourself, and my reviews tend to be plenty long. But when I think there's challenges, potential challenges with length, that's when I really want to tell you about them. So that's why I mentioned the nape. And then this fringe, it works perfectly for me. This is the perfect length of bang for me. I don't really have to trim this up, maybe this little part right here, but it sweeps pretty well. But if you have a wide forehead, you really want to know that measurement from the hairline to wherever you would want bangs to fall, maybe mid eyebrow or the top of your eyebrow, because on a wig that has a short bang like this, I consider 2 3/4 inches a fairly short bang. That may be too short of a bang for you. So when you're looking at wigs, especially short wigs, knowing your hairline and how long of a nape you really need for coverage and how long of a bang you need are really gonna help you go a long way in making good purchasing decisions. Like I said, this is a perfect bang for me, but depending on your measurements, it might not be perfect for you. All my measurements are in the description below, so you can compare them to mine. Now, let's talk about density and Permatease. This wig has Permatease on the very top. We've got Permatease all up in here. We've got a little bit of crimpy fibers around here, nothing pillowy, but this is a fair amount of Permatease. I've had wigs with way more Permatease than this one has, so I wouldn't consider this heavy Permatease, but it does have some volume on the top. Like, even if I smooth it down, I have a feeling for some women who've been losing their hair for a long, long time, this might feel like a lot of hair to you. That's why I showed you that headband trick in case that's you, but you're just not sure. I wouldn't steer you away from this one knowing that you can style it with headbands and it would be really cute. Even a bandana tied around would be super darling with this, and I've done that a lot of times with short wigs as well. Let's take a look inside the cap. I think this is, you know, just a real natural density for this length. It's just a little bit of Permatease on the top. And you can see there's no Permatease right here because there's some open wefts right there. This is kind of where the Permatease lives, around the perimeter. There's that soft material on the front. We've got open ear tabs with a lot of hair sewn in for really good coverage on the sides. We've got an open nape, Velcro adjusters, and the rest is open wefted. And the wefts are fairly close on this one, so they're definitely a good amount of hair, and I love how they constructed this because you really can't not see Permatease. Let's talk about visible Permatease. On short, it doesn't even have to be short wigs, basic cap, machine-made cap wigs like this one, you can sometimes see visible Permatease wherever you choose to part it. Because this doesn't have any monofilament, you could redirect those fibers whatever direction you want them to go. Sometimes you just got to play with them if they want to lay a certain way naturally. And sometimes on wigs like this, you can see that visible Permatease, but not on this one because of how short these layers are, and it's kind of lifted in that area. You cannot see that Permatease. So I really, really appreciate the way that they've constructed this cap because that can sometimes be a challenge. And you can see there's a little bit of length on the sides here, not much. And you can always tuck. I love to tuck my short wigs. I like that clean look on the sides. And so this one can be tucked. You can pull that out a little bit. You can even use styling cream like Jon Renau Piece Out Cream to get a lot of lift and pieceiness to this. There's not going to be a ton of styling you can do because it's a really short layer, but I do think a little bit of styling cream can make a difference, and I have a video showing how I like to use it with a short wig. That will be linked below, by the way. All right, let's just kind of summarize and we'll get to color. This wig is really darling if you like short pixies and you want a little bit of volume on the top, and you can manage the length of the nape and the bang. It's not a lot of Permatease. I don't think it's super overwhelming, but I think women who've been losing their hair, and if you've been wearing a pixie, you don't have that kind of volume on the top. Just be aware of that. Style it up until your brain and eyes can take seeing you with a little bit more hair. I do think it's really cute. I think the price is right. This one's gonna last years because there's just not gonna be any friction on it for the fibers to be roughed up, so to speak. And so you're gonna be able to buy this and just have it, which I really appreciate with short wigs like this. I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with them. Let me know if you have questions about it though. Let's talk about color. What did I say it was again? Glazed Mahogany. This is I would consider this a kind of an auburn. We've got dark brown. So there's like a dark brown base. It's not super dark. I would say it's more of a medium brown. They describe it as a dark brown, but it's not super dark. And then we've got subtle warm highlights on top, and I would call those auburn highlights. And then we've got, it's almost like it's rooted, but it's not. I think it's just the base all the way throughout and then the highlights over the top. So if you love darker, like a dark auburn, you like your medium to dark brunettes, but you want something kind of dynamic and you love warm colors, then this could be a great color for you. You know, sometimes on these kind of highlighted browns, there's blonde. There's not blonde in this one. I would consider this more of an auburn, a reddish auburn. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside. Thanks once again to name brand wigs. Please check them out either now or in the future. And I have a 30% off coupon code for you, which will save on most brands that they carry. That's in the description below. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will talk to you in my next video. All right, friends, let's look at this one out here. Sun is bright. We haven't seen the sun in like 10 days. Make sure you guys are getting a good look at this color. Okay, one last close up. All right, friends, thanks for watching. Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.